So creatine has changed me a lot and gotten me a lot of results in the gym for my workout performance, my muscle size. So of course I had to talk about it here, but it's a supplement that's widely marketed to the fitness community and widely marketed as a fitness supplement. Apparently there's a lot more to creatine in terms of what happens to you, what changes happen to your body, and the benefits and side effects that come with it. So that's why this video is being made, to talk about the changes that happens to your body. So change number one, creatine messes up your kidneys. If you have a pre-existing kidney condition, this is one of the most common, widely spread concerns about creatine. Think of it like this. If you have, again, pre-existing kidney conditions, what are you told to avoid? Alcohol, because alcohol will mess up your kidneys. If you have pre-existing kidney conditions, you're told to avoid or severely limit the amount of alcohol you drink. People with healthy kidneys can handle alcohol no problem. It's the same thing for creatine. If you have pre-existing kidney conditions, you need to limit how much creatine you're taking. In this case, if you really want to use it under the supervision of a doctor, get regular blood tests and use it carefully, or just limit how much you're using, or if you want to avoid using it at all. People with healthy kidneys, creatine is not an issue. And another issue to this whole creatine negatively impacting your kidneys is the lab readings that we all get. When you get your blood drawn, your doctor will tell you that your kidneys are producing high levels of creatinine, which means they're being worked too hard. But creatine's waste product is creatinine. So when you take creatine, of course, you're gonna have creatinine produced as a waste product in your body. So that's just a normal reading and a normal effect of taking creatine, not necessarily meaning that your kidneys are being, again, negatively impacted by the creatine itself. Change number two that happens to your body when you're on creatine. You will go bald, you will lose hair, your hair will start thinning. If you're genetically predisposed to hair thinning, balding, and especially male pattern baldness, oftentimes they'll bald at an early age, some in their early 30s, early 40s, whatever. Something like creatine will increase the rate at which your hair thins or you lose hair at. But this does not affect most people. So in general, for the most part, most people are not losing hair or experiencing hair thinning from taking creatine. Creatine increases DHT, which DHT at elevated levels makes your hair fall out and it makes you experience hair thinning. And again, if you're genetically disposed to going bald, then that will accelerate the process of going bald and losing hair. Steroids will do the same thing to you. Steroids will make your hair fall out, hair thinning, all that, from increasing DHT for those who are genetically disposed to balding and hair thinning. So then moving on to the third change that happens to your body is faster muscle recovery, which is the main reason, one of the main reasons why people take creatine in the first place. Is why I take creatine, because this channel really is about fitness and working out. And I'm taking creatine to enhance my workouts, my muscle building and all that. And creatine does this. Taking on average about a minimum of 5 grams daily does enhance your performance, but also helps your muscle recover. And this is because when your cells are loaded with creatine, they draw in more water. Drawing in more water ramps up cell volumization, which sends a signal to the body, increasing your protein synthesis. Because protein synthesis is the process your body uses protein to repair muscles with. And the more elevated protein synthesis is, the more elevated your body's ability to grow muscle will be. Also, the extra water that your body is holding due to the creatine helps shuttle nutrients into the muscles faster. Nutrients like amino acids, nutrients like glucose, which is what your muscle needs for the recovery process and to grow. And that's another reason why creatine consistency is key, because if you keep your body saturated with creatine, the gains and the progress that you get from your muscle recovery and your performance in the gym just start compounding on one another, and your gym progress just goes up steadily. Change number 4. Creatine doesn't apparently just affect the muscles in a positive way, as it's been recently looked at more and reported more often that creatine affects your brain in a positive way by giving you enhanced brain function and cognitive protection. It's been shown that creatine actually gives your brain more energy to run on than normally would just on your typical diet without creatine, because your brain uses up a lot of energy to function. So the more energy you can provide your brain, the better your brain processing power will be. It's been noted and observed that that extra energy that creatine gives your brain also enhances your ability to power through sleep deprivation. It's been shown to increase mental clarity and help with memory. However, these benefits are typically experienced when you're on higher doses of creatine. So the typical dose for the benefits for the muscle are 5 grams a day. 5 grams a day is all your body needs to fully saturate your muscles with creatine. The brain benefits from creatine usually happen at higher dosages, like typically around 15, 20, sometimes even up to 30 grams of creatine per day. That's when you start experiencing that. And your body will be saturated with creatine much faster, and your brain will reap the rewards of that, because muscles saturate with creatine much faster than your brain does, which is why your brain requires more creatine in order to experience the benefits of creatine itself. And this is something that I experienced. I can attest to this because I experienced this when I first started taking creatine consistently, and it's a side effect that I talked about in my video of the first 30 days of me taking creatine. And during that first month, I was getting no sleep, but for whatever reason, I was still able to really go throughout my day without wanting to pass out from fatigue, and my workouts were still consistent despite the sleep deprivation, where normally my workouts would have just been trash. This time though, while I was on that creatine, the workouts were good. Still making progress, still getting stronger and bigger. It boosts the energy reserves inside your neurons. It increases what's called phosphocreatine, which helps regenerate ATP, and ATP is the energy source that your body uses to run on. So then the fifth change is back to the physical, which is stronger, denser bones, which is important in fitness and for building muscle and getting stronger. Because the stronger your bones are, the better it'll be able to support muscle growth and new muscle growth. You don't want just weak bones. Your bones need to be sturdy enough to support increased muscle growth and the workload that you're putting on your body from the exercise in the first place. Of course, you need strong bones to do any kind of physical fitness, and creatine increases your bone density and strength, which in turn enables you to work out harder, more consistently, and enables your body to support increased muscle mass because you have stronger, more dense bones. The fifth one to change that I never really expected is improved blood sugar control. Now, I'm not going to be telling you that creatine is the main fix for high blood sugar, but it can contribute to being the fix for high blood sugar and to lower your blood sugar. And as a lot of us know, the higher your blood sugar, the more of a risk at becoming diabetic. And for a lot of us who work out, including myself, if you're trying to gain muscle, that means eat a lot of food, because you got to increase the amount of food that you eat when you're on a muscle building journey. And a lot of times that means eating outside your comfort zone, eating more than your body is used to, and the increase in your diet, especially if you're doing a dirty bulk where you're not eating the healthiest stuff, but you are getting bigger, stronger, and more muscular, that increase in your food consumption can lead to high blood sugar. And if it goes on for too long, your blood sugar will get dangerously high. But creatine can be one of the contributing factors to lowering your blood sugar. Not the main contributing factor, but one of the contributing factors. And that's because supplementing with creatine increases the number of glucose transporters inside your muscles, which basically means more sugar gets pulled out of your muscles and used as energy, resulting in lower blood sugar levels and increased insulin sensitivity, which again, another side note, the higher your insulin sensitivity is, the better your body will be at absorbing nutrients. The better it is absorbing nutrients, the better your muscles will recover, the better your body will build muscle. Change number 6 of the body is fighting age-related muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia. When your muscle mass is dissipating, creatine will help negate that by increasing your muscle mass at levels that you would not have gotten when you're not using creatine. Also, creatine helps your mitochondria, which is basically your cell's energy factories, work more efficiently, because as you age, your energy levels naturally drop. And if you can take something that's going to enhance your energy level and your mitochondria production, then that's going to, of course, benefit your energy production, allowing you to get through your day better. And creatine does this. Change number 7 to the body is heart health support. The heart is a muscle too, and it needs constant high-powered energy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your heart just never stops beating. And that's where creatine can be an ally for cardiovascular health. The increased energy reserves helps your heart maintain strong, efficient contractions, especially during times of stress, intense exercise, or low oxygen. And especially the more active you are, the more energy demand goes up in your body, meaning the more demand your heart has for energy. And creatine giving you that increased energy reserves only benefits the heart function better and more consistently. The 8th change is reduce oxidative stress. And increased oxidative stress builds up with more physical activity, which is basically a buildup of free radicals that can damage your cells if they're not kept in check. High levels of free radicals can mess up and slow down your recovery and also increase your aging. So you want your free radicals to be shut down as much as possible. That's another effect that's been observed in studies, is that athletes who train and supplement with creatine have lower levels of oxidative stress and damage from free radicals. But all the benefits that creatine gives you will not be experienced unless you take creatine the right way. Some people don't respond to creatine because they don't follow the proper procedure that's necessary when taking creatine. And creatine is among the best supplement for fitness, working out, getting stronger, and building muscle. So if you want to learn about the mistakes to avoid when taking creatine so that you can get the most and maximize the creatine that you're taking in order to get stronger, bigger, all those benefits that you get, watch this video right here, because there's 12 mistakes that are the most common when taking creatine that you need to avoid. So click the video right there to learn about it, and until next time.